Assalamualaikum. Hello students, how are you? Hope all of you are okay. This is MD Minhaj Ali, your dear sir, and today I come with another lecture of class 6 on the unit sorting materials into group. A video is already made on this topic, and in the first part we discussed few portion of this topic and do some activity on that topic. In today's lesson we will do the rest of this chapter, and first of all we will take an activity, and the activity is based on solubility and insolubility of solids on water. So let's see the topic of discussion, the solubility of solids in water. So this activity is columned in the table, namely known as activity 4, and in that activity there are column 1 which is substance, and in the column 2 disappear in water or does not disappear. Okay, so for our convenience we take 3 substances: number 1 salt, number 2 pollen, number 3 flow. Now we will perform this activity. Now to perform this activity we will take help of some substances, namely this is water bottle and this is another water bottle, and we will also take help of a jar. This is a jar. Now first of all we will pour water in the jar. So we will pour water in this jar. Okay, so water is half filled on the jar. Now let take small amount of salt. So this is your salt. Now we will pour some salt on this jar. So let's see what happened. So you are seeing that I add some salt in this jar. Now carefully observe this. Now I will close this jar. Okay, so this jar is closed. Now I will jerk this jar. Now after some time we will see the result. Now I put this jar in another side. Now we will take help of this bottle. Now take some amount of flour. This is flour or atta. Now we will pour some flour on this bottle. So carefully observe that I poured some flour or atta on this bottle. Now I close the jar. Now I will jerk it well. I will put it, and in the next case I will take some pollen. So you observe that this is our pollen. Now I will mix this pollen into this jar. So I put the pollen onto the jar. Now I jerk this jar well. I jerk this Now I put this. Now one by one we will see what happened to these substances. Number one, salt, pollen gain and flour. Now we will take the salt bottle. Let's see. The salt is dissolved in this water, is not it? Is there any salt in that water? No. So from this activity we can say that salt disappear in water. So this is tick. Okay. Now we will see the pollen. Do you see this? Carefully observe this. Carefully observe this pollen. And if you observe that the pollen is floating on the upper surface of the water, that means the pollen does not disappear. So we will write does not disappear. Okay. So this is the second point. Now we will see what happened to flour, that is the third or last point. Now observe this. What you are seeing? You are seeing that the flour does not mix well with water. Now if you add some more amount of flour into this bottle, then you will observe that flour does not disappear. So you have to say does not disappear. So you see from this activity that there are some substances which is dissolved in water or which is disappear in water, and there are also some substances which is not disappear into the water. So from this activity, in the conclusion, we can say that there are some substance which is soluble in water and there is some substance which is not soluble in water. So this is the solubility and insolubility properties of substances. Hope all of you understood this activity. Now there is an activity and which is homework for all of you, the solubility test of liquids. Solubility of solids we studied few minutes before. Now you have to perform an activity, solubility of liquids in water. Okay, so this is your activity number 5. Okay, in the similar manner you have to make an chart like this. So in that chart you should make 2 columns, and in the column, in the first column you have to put liquids, and in the second you have to put disappear or does not. Okay, so first of all, if you take into account milk, second lemon juice, third vinegar, Similarly, take as many as possible, minimum 10, and say whether this milk is disappear or not. So this is your homework, and performing this activity, what is the result? Comment on the comment section. Okay, so this is all about the solubility and insolubility of substances. Okay, now we will go into the next topic, and that topic is the floating properties of substances. So before I go into the topic, we will take a break. Now we will see another activity, which is activity 6, and in this activity we will test the floating and sinking properties of substances in water. So let's start the discussion. So this is your floating or sinking properties of substance in water, and to perform this activity you have to take help of a table, and this table is depicted on the board as this is your substances and this is float or sink. So first of all we will perform an activity with pollen. So we will see the first activity on pollen. So let's see this. This is the pollen and this is poured onto the water. Now carefully observe this pollen. Now say me whether this pollen is sinking or floating on the water. So obviously you are seeing that this pollen does not sink on water. So you have to write this as float. So pollen float on water. Similarly, we'll take a potato. So this is your potato. Now I will take the jar. Now I will put the potato on the jar. I put and close this. Now carefully observe. Is this potato sink or float? Yes, you are seeing that this potato is fully sinked into the water. So you have to write sink in that column. Now the third, that is red chili. Now I take a red chili. This is your red chili. Now I will put this red chili on the jar. Now I put this on the jar. Okay, so I pour this. Now carefully observe this. You are seeing that this is your red chili, and this red chili does not sink on the water. So you have to write float here. Similarly, if I took 2 pieces of almonds, so I took the almond. You are seeing that this is almonds. Okay, is it visible to you or not? Okay, so I will pour this almond onto the jar. Now I poured this. Now carefully see that this almond go into the bottom of the jar. That means the almonds sink on the water. So you have to write sink here. Okay. Now similarly collect different types of substances from your surroundings and perform the same activity what I do in front of you, and tell whether they will float or sink in the table and comment on the comment section. Okay, so now we will see the next topic, and the next topic is based on the transparency of material. So next we will see the transparency Okay, so to check this transparency we will take help of some substances. First of all, we will take help of this bottle. Now carefully observe this. Through this bottle, will you see my face or not? Carefully observe that. Carefully observe, you will see my face. Similarly, I see the camera of video recorder. Similarly, if I took this packet to floor, now try to see me. Is it visible to you or not? Yes, obviously not. So this is not visible to you. Similarly, there are different types of substance which we used in our everyday life. Some of those are transparent and some of those are not transparent. So transparent substances are those substances through which any object can be seen. So from these two examples, you can say that water bottle is transparent, but pack of floor does not. So this is all about transparency of material. So we learn another properties of material, which is the transparency property. Now we will see the translucent properties of substances. Now we will take help of a white sheet of paper. Now carefully observe me. Do you see me or not? This is hidden sack. Again, I hide behind the paper. I have to find me. Yeah, I can. You see me that when I cover my mouth behind this paper, you are not able to see my face. Now, if you put some oil in front of this paper, then you will able to see. Similarly, there are some substances which normally obstruct appearance of object, but when you apply some condition to those substances, it visible to the eye, and these properties of substances is known as translucent property. Now I will perform an activity for all of you. So I take help of the valve. Now I put my hand in front of this valve. Now carefully observe my hand. You will see that this portion is of red color, is not it? So this property is also the translucent property. So in the overall discussion of this topic we learned that there are some substances which is translucent and there are some substances which is transparent. Similarly, there are different types of grouping which we have made in our discussion. So this is the last class of the sorting materials into group, and if this video is helpful to all of you, then like the video and don't forget to subscribe this channel and also share the video to all of your friends. Okay, thanks for watching.